just become a Muslim. Some people, when you hear someone say, I am a Muslim, I want to accept Islam, people will say the person is going because of money. As a matter of fact, where I am coming from is where there is money. When you hear the former governor of Ebonyi State, Dr. Sam Ebu, is my uncle. So my father is a deceased superintendent of a church in Abuja, but I will not mention the church. No. For security reasons. Yes. So one of the reasons why I want to tell you, I was pastoring in Abuja, and I was one of the persons that hated Islam. As a matter of fact, when I was a Christian, I cannot give indulgence with what my pastors here have given. I cannot sit in the midst of Muslims to argue something. But one of the things that happened, I have an encounter with Allah. Not that somebody came to preach to me and say, become a Muslim. But it came to a time, there is something that transpired between I and my general overseer. And that thing that transpired, we did not fight. He loved me more than any other pastors in the church. But there's one thing he asked me to do. I say, I will not compromise in doing it. Instead of compromising in involving in this atrocity, I will better leave the Christianity. That night, I slept. I had an encounter. The encounter I had was I saw 5 persons. I was sitting in their middle, and then we are having beers. Some of their beers were bigger than my own. Some of their beers were like our malam. And just the way our malam dressed, then tied their tobai, and they surrounded me. Then we are reciting La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. So in that trance, I was also reciting La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. My wife slapped me. He said, what are you saying? You are singing Muslim song. I say, the blood of Jesus. As a matter of fact, I condemn it. But what happened was, I have to get a copper. I asked him, look at the dream I had. I want you to give me interpretation of that dream. He said the interpretation of that dream, if you have a spirit tormenting you, then can pray such kind of prayer to cast out that spirit. I said, but I'm not a Muslim. Your God have no right to deliver me. Why that thing transpired? He told me that Allah has his ways when he wants to call people. Allah chooses to call men in different ways. That, pastor, maybe Allah is calling you. I went back home. I began to, the dream I had was recalling in my memory. I was reciting that La ilaha illallah, even when I was not pronouncing it, but it was repeating in my memory. That is how I become a Muslim. Allahu Akbar. I have a little encouragement to give us. One sweet thing about Islam. Islam is a total way of life. Islam practicalize the worship of Allah. Allahu Akbar. Those days in Christianity we sing, our Father in heaven, we glorify your name, we bow down before you, and we are standing. Allahu Akbar. Are we not lying? That is lie. When you say, I bow down before you, you should practicalize it by bowing down. That is Islam for you. I will not want to digress by what they say, but I want to tell you, let us take away the IQ that Islam kills. When you read the hadith, there is a place that the prophet said that whenever someone kills, the law is that the person must kill, but there is a condition. You must make sure the weight of that knife must be as heavy as the knife they use in stabbing that person. You must